Forex. Forex traders. What do Forex traders do? Forex trading. Forex. You want to do some Forex? Yeah, me too. Gold, oil as well. What else? There isn't anything else. So good morning, Forex traders. Welcome to Forex.Today. This is your daily Forex trading strategy session brought to you by Traders Way. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ni hao ma. My name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist with TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being a client. If you're new to these webinars, please subscribe, please like. And also realize that Traders Way is investing into your success today by providing these webinars for you, which means at some point when you do feel confident in your new skills, when you feel confident in your ability to be profitable, where you're already at that point and you have a broker already, well, we want you to change. If you're new, one day we want you to choose Traders Way. Either way, I'm hoping that you choose Traders Way as your broker. That's the whole point, the raison d'etre. So I want to make you a success. I want to bring you confidence and maybe some joy into your life. And you say, you know what? I also want world-class customer service from my broker, and I want competitive spreads, and I want fast execution, and I want amazing swaps. Well, there you go, tradersway.com, huh? When you download your MT4, you can come back to this video, and in the description below, you can download all my chart templates for free. Oh, you guys are having connection problems. My processor's a little hot, but not amazing. Let's see if I can. I did change something because you guys were complaining the other day. Not that it's a complaint, but they were. Let's see if it's output or stream. Yeah, I did change something somewhere to try to make things better, but apparently it's worse. Anyways, I'll see if I can get to it after the webinar. I don't think I can do it while I'm streaming. Really, it's very jerky, huh? Well, it shouldn't be. Okay. It shouldn't be, but I apologize if it is. Oh, okay, good. All right, so there you go. So I guess we should move to the charts. It's a Friday, which means you should be planning out next week for sure. If you're only starting that now, you're already behind. Imagine the poor, pathetic fools that wait till Monday to plan Monday's trades. How horrible would that be? All right. I guess we'll start with the yens, huh? Euro's looking weak versus the Japanese yen, but we are at support, right? We have support identified here, 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 here. So I don't know. I'd stay away. But if you're a bear, what you need next week is something like that. And if you're a bull, you're kind of you're actually, as a bull, you're actually through the price. I look at this and I'd stay away unless you're a bear and it comes back up to that level. But that ain't going to happen today. So I look at this and, like, of course, if you were in it here or here or here, you're fine. But you can't sell it here. So I ignore that. And I wouldn't buy it here. It's too low. So I'd need an up, a down, and an up. I need some sort of respect before I get in. And that ain't going to happen today. So I'm probably just going to ignore Euro yen. Hopefully that makes sense. The beast moving on up. Look at the support we built for this thing, huh? Remember why we did that? Okay, this is the danger zone, but that is a buying pivot, isn't it? Then you get the bullish engulfing candle. And so if you recall, after this giant news, remember when I did this? You guys remember this? I've even forgotten what the news was, but it came out and I'm like, only a fool would buy it now. You would have got lucky here, but only a fool would buy it here or buy it here. Fools buy it here. Fools buy it here, right? So we started looking, and here's the traditional price action roll reversal. Oh, well, that worked out fine. Yeah, I know. That's how you trade. Being a little facetious, but there's a lot of truth in there. Okay, look at these pivots, just gorgeous pivots, and that's price action off the roll reversal. Was that right? All right. Well, I'll just keep going, and I'll try to put it back the way I had it yesterday. Well, okay. Well, Jody, bet it's a RAM issue. I have 12 gigs of RAM on this PC. My processor's at 42%. I'm pulling 60 megabits per second. Okay. So if it's anything, it's the settings. So I'd bet against your bet, Jody. No offense. All right. Well, let's see if I can do something now. I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it while I'm streaming. But let me go back to my settings. Hang on. Advanced. Okay. Let's see. Hey, I'm working on it, guys. Hang on. Boy, impatient. Hang on. Hang on. So I changed, I increased the priority to the processor to work on the stream. Source alliance, snapping. There's a bunch of things I don't even understand. Okay, well, we should be back here. I had to make a change. The audio was great, but apparently video was non-existent. So now, I don't know if it's the same, if you're on the same, or if it created a new webinar or whatnot. Hopefully it's the same one. But I'm back. And I got a bigger gap. That did it. Could you do euro yen, please, and stuff. So hopefully it's the same video. It might be 2 videos today. But anyways. So we were just talking about the beast here. Support at the beginning of the week. This is an M2. Then it made this ginormous bullish engulfing candle based on news. Okay. So I said only a fool would buy up here, only a fool would buy up here, only a fool would buy up here, all this stuff. And we talked about needing a pullback. So I highlighted a roll reversal. Remember, I did that when we were way up here. It took a day and a half to get down to the buy zone. Yeah, remember that whole patience and discipline thing, right? And check this out. Okay, moving averages and pivot points. Thank you. Leading and lagging indicators. But now we're at the top of the channel. So like I said, why would we care about what's going to happen today? You did that yesterday. So today, what I'm thinking is planning that for tomorrow, aka Monday. Oh, I actually posted that yesterday to someone's comments. The question here is, where do you get the check global dairy prices, right? The Fonterra. So I think it's globaldairy.com. But somebody asked me on the YouTube comment section, and I responded to their comment. So you might want to check that out. I posted the link. I think it was globaldairy.com/US or something, or EG English or something. I don't know. Try Global Dairy. And of course, that's for correlation to the Kiwi. Okay. So anyways, this was interesting, right? And if we breach this full on bull trend, huh? Well, that's cool because that's what we wanted the third week of August. What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Cool. Let's do CAD. Do you like this? I wonder why this little orange line is here. It seems like it's important. Well, it goes back a long time, yo. Roll reversal and stuff. What did Uncle Wayne do after yesterday's webinar? I bought that. What? Of course, if we were really trading together, we would have done up, down, buy, 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 whatever. So here's another one. Cool. 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 Nice. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. So I think you remember we had this up and we had this down, and I said there was a plan A and a plan B, yo. So I took the plan A, it did plan B, but my stop was down here, and so now it's good. Now I'm up 50 pips or something. Cool, right? That's why we drew all of this. So you notice I'm in at 79.50, I think. 79.50 right there, yeah. So I played the midpoint psych. And I guess I can move my stop now. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's the odd dog. Let's drop into a 30-minute chart. Here's the one I did on Wednesday. Again, just like the pound, This took off, and I said only a fool would buy here. Only a fool would buy here. Only a fool would buy here. Where would a smart, patient, disciplined trader buy? Oh, somewhere around the role reversal, which then I highlighted for us. But remember, that looked stupid when we were way up here after a giant green candle. Nonetheless, it came down here, came up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And we're just kind of tinkering our way back. And there's my entry. Of course, it's not there, is it? Nope. My entry was probably, I don't know, somewhere in here. So now I'm just trying to survive. Oh, that's right, because I was front running the Aussie jobs report. Remember that? That's right. So I got in here knowing this was my base. So I'm only risking this much. Aussie, the next day, boom, Aussie jobs come out. And then, and now we're just kind of working our way back up. Cool. High five. I'm smoking hot like fire. When I turn, you desire. I'm fresher than you because you white. That's my favorite raw bass line. Wait, you're insulting me because of my race. Love it. All right, and Kiwi. Kiwi, well, they're cutting interest rates. And didn't they just have like a negative GDP number come out? So I'm not as eager on Kiwi. I think we're also at like an all-time low on interest rates in New Zealand. Like, it's really crazy. Oh, my marker is called Epic Hen. License to. Look at this. I actually paid money. Nice. Good job, Wayne. You're welcome, Wayne. All right, cool. All right, gold. Yen wants gold. Okay, let's get off yens. Yens are boring. Let's do gold. All right, gold. Let's do here. Hunt for trades. So does trading come down to risk on and risk off? Yep. Here's why, Hunt. You're either buying or selling, or you have no idea what the hell is going on. There's only 1, 2, or 3. Ask most retail Forex traders, what's going to happen in the future? I have no idea. That's the problem, right? Well, this is oil. That's the problem. Trading is about having a vision for the future and being able to trade it accurately, right? Okay. All right, gold. Gold. Is this enough information? Whoa, 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 ooh, 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 ooh. I thought I had a different one here. Oh, rainbow, this one. Where's this helpful? So, if you wanted to be long next week, then your trade planning will look something like this. Up, 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 up. So then you're going to do something like this. No, 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 no. What do you stink? Smell like a plan? If you're a bull, that's what I would do if I were me. Donald Trump says, I think euro is weak. Well, apparently you didn't catch that in the first video I did this morning because I said right off the bat, euro is weak. So what you should say, Donald Trump, is, I agree with you, Wayne. Solid analysis. Euro is weak. But apparently the video was stalled out, huh? I'm a bear on pound. Okay. Okay, well, is pound weak right now? I mean, you have to ask the obvious questions, right? So, like, you're a bear on pound. Great. So is the pound weak? I don't know. Let's take a look. Before I just jump in and answer your question, you're not asking the right question is what I'm getting to. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Dang it. Why is that on pound? Gee whiz. Hang on. I probably just gave away my answer. I didn't want that. I want you to do the work. La, 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 bow. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to stop singing too, right? Never mattered the fact that... Hang on. Never mattered the fact he's corrupt like a senator. All right. This looks totally messed up, but I'm going to just keep going. I don't know why this is on a pound scan, but it is. So hang on, almost done. All right, pound dollar, pound Aussie, pound CAD, USD yen. So that's out. US euro dollar CAD. Weird. Pound Kiwi, pound. So we don't need this, that, but we need that. What others? What other pound pairs do we have here? Is there a pound yen on here? Pound dollar, pound. No, there isn't. Huh? Okay, well, we got to add beast. So that changes that. I'll do it here. And pound Noki, pound Kiwi. Do we have pound Kiwi? I think so. Pound Kiwi. Bet you we don't have pound Noki. So let's do pound Noki. And now let's do pound Singapore dollar. No, they have a strong relationship. Because the Singapore dollar is a basket of currencies, and it's a secret basket of currencies. Nobody knows what's in it, except it's a lot of Great British Pound. Nobody knows it, but me, of course. Pound Aussie, I think, is on here. Pound Aussie. Euro pound, is there a Euro pound? Euro pound? No, good. All right. All right. So let's go to 1 hour across the board. 1 hour, 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 1 hour. All right. Pound strong versus dollar. pound stronger than Aussie, pound stronger than CAD, pound stronger than Noki, pound stronger than Kiwi, pound stronger than dollar. Oh, we missed this one. And pound stronger than euro. Did we do that? Right? And this one we just don't know, so I'll leave that. So you said something about pound CAD, but you're a bear on CAD, or you're a bear on the pound. Well, right now, pound is strong against everything. So why would you be trading? How do you take profit? Well, there's lots of ways you can do it. Limit orders are good, but you can just right-click it, close order. Well, Miguel, that's never happened before, so how would I know? But not doing business with almost 400 million people can't be good for the economy. Okay. Okay, Miguel? But whatever. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, there you go. So you want to trade pound CAD and you're a bear on the pound. Okay, well, you don't have a trade then. Now, what about next week, right? What if things change? Well, you only have one plausible trade right now, and it's this. Okay, so I'm sure you already know that. So now it comes down to whether you get a setup or not. Okay, of course, so now you need a plan. Okay. Why is the pound strong? Well, this is a buy pivot on Monday, actually Sunday, right? So on Sunday afternoon, when you were supposed to be at your charts, you were at a buy pivot, and here's the target. So why is it going up? You know, it's one of these things. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to. Don't know. Less bad news, or maybe things are going on inside the government. There's rumors. This is just oversold. Maybe there's no... all the British are on summer vacation, so nobody's selling it. That kind of stuff, right? Hey, Wayne, my PC doesn't want to install MT4. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. So I wanted to know if your pivot points work on MT5. No, but you can convert them. Plan B is wait till next month. Well, maybe. Right now, this is a sell pivot, and this is a sell pivot. So, you know, it's either going to do this, or it's going to do this, if you're a bear. That's how I look at it. I don't know. I've never used MT5. But I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find out how. Seriously, I mean, it's not rocket science, right? So if you spent a couple hours doing research, I'm sure you could find it. Do you have any antivirus app that may be blocking? Oh, I see. No. So anyways, that's that. So the biggest lesson that I just shared with you is that somebody had an opinion about something. So how do you, prove or deny the plan, the idea. Now it could be your idea, someone else's idea, but like what kind of steps do you go to confirm or deny a plan? So I get this question about pound CAD to the downside. So before I even looked at the chart, what did I do? I did relative strength exercises to determine, is this the kind of market I want to sell? And really, I could open up this chart and within 1 second say, not now, not like this. This is not what I want. You see what I mean? Like if you're a bear, like nothing bearish about this at all, not even close. So no, not really interested. Maybe next week, right? Well, okay, next week, what would plan A be? What would plan B be? Like what are the prices I would consider selling if I were going to trade this? And now the questions get easier, right? Well, if I'm going to do that, well, you know, this is a role reversal. That's very obvious based on price action. This is the central pivot, so that's very obvious. So it seems to me, if between now and Monday, we get reversal patterns up in here, well, then I'm going to sell it because I'm a bear. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, am I right? Everything in Forex is a pip. Forex student. So you got to wait. So now you could do something like the closer you get to that pivot, so let's drop into a 5-minute. The more you anticipate a reversal pattern, right? Is that a reversal pattern? No. Right. So here's the best thing about trading, guys, right? Up, 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 down, down, buy. Up, 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 down, down, buy. Up, 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 down, down, buy. Up, 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 down, down, buy. 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 Up, up. And it's going to probably keep doing that until you hit the central pivot. Jeff, if you read my book, I say that that's the wrong question. It's not how many pairs, because you're going to get one of two answers. Focus on one pair and one pair only. And the other one would be, focus on everything, whatever, just pair up the strong versus the weak. And then you start finding out, looking for things that have been strong for 5 hours but are not likely to be strong for the next 5 hours. And you're always late because you're trading things that have already happened. Here's what I suggest, okay? The book was only 10 years ago, right? So this is what I suggested. I suggested pick one currency, any currency, probably something that you're familiar with. I suggested to be the green back guru, right? I said, and the reason I picked that is not because I live in the United States, but that it's the reserve currency. And I said, no, once you pick the one currency you want to be a specialist in, remember, the idea is you need to be a guru, you need to be a specialist, right? Bubba dollar, right? You need to be a specialist. If you're a generalist, jack of all trades, you're not worth anything. You need to be of value, okay? Okay, you need to be a specialist. So you pick something. You pick the pound. Why the pound? Because of Brexit, and you're just going to crush the pound because of Brexit. I don't know. Euro, because they're all turning into socialist pig dogs. I don't know. Right? Japanese yen. You love the risk on, risk off type stuff, or Swiss franc, you love the risk on, risk off stuff, or CAD because of oil, or Aussie because of whatever, right? Because it's your China play, whatever. You pick the currency and you become a specialist. Then the next thing is you learn everything you can about the central bank and their policy. Okay? And what economic indicators are they using to create their policy? Things like GDP, import minus exports, inflation, jobs. Okay? And you start looking at the trends in all these things to anticipate the policy of the central bank, and then with a basic understanding of monetary policy, as a guru, you should know whether the greenback is likely to gain value in the near term or lose value in the near term. And then that helps you form a bias. So like whoever asked the question earlier about the pound CAD, they're like, well, I'm a bear on the pound. Great. Love it. Perfect. So now you have to ask yourself, is it bearish today? No. So then you don't trade. And you look for prices in which it may turn bearish, and then use technical analysis to confirm that the market has gone from bullish to bearish. And then you start trading like a madman. Sorry, ladies, mad woman. Right? That kind of stuff. And you start pulling it all together. But now, so if you're a bear on Great British Pound, let's say, because you're a pound expert, you know everything there is to know about the Great British Pound. You could write a book, you could go on a speaking tour, you could teach little children in elementary school all about the Great British Pound, right? You know everything about everything about everything about everything, okay, to do with the pound. You are the world's foremost expert in the pound. And your opinion right now is it's bearish. Cool, so now you do what I did today. You say, okay, what is the pound like versus the dollar? What is the pound like versus the Aussie? What is the pound like versus the CAD? What is the pound like versus the Noki? What's the pound like versus the Kiwi? What is the pound like? Looks like another dollar. What's the pound? Oh, good, we can get two. We can kill this one, pound dollar. And then USD CAD we can kill. Cool. Cool. Okay? And all of a sudden, you're looking for congruency. Okay? Pound is strong, 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 pound is strong. Pound is strong. So if you're a bear, okay, you see what I mean? What do I think about the Japanese-South Korean trade war? The Japanese and the Koreans hate each other. So when I was in Korea working for the government, helping them build a venture capital community, I went on a cultural tour, and I go see some cultural historic sites just outside of Seoul. And I said, I had a moment where I'm just standing there, just soaking it all up. And the guide says to me, "Oh, so what do you think?" And I said, "Well, I'm really intrigued about the architecture." I said, I don't know as much about the history as I would like, but it seems in my mind that I would associate the Japanese with that type of architecture. And he looks at me and he's like, well, when the imperialist Japanese invaded and occupied the peaceful people of Korea, they stole all our good ideas, such as our architecture. And so maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But anyways, I don't know anything about the trade war, but they're both really, the real competitor is China. So for them to compete is kind of silly. They should work together and compete against China, but whatever, not my problem. But anyways, Jeff says I got it, right? So yeah, cool. So I want you to seriously think about it over the weekend. What will your specialty be? So if I hired you, okay, I'd say, tell me the pair that you specialize in. And you might say something like New Zealand dollar. I'd say, okay, great. What is your bias for the next 12 months? Bullish or bearish? And you might say, well, bearish. So, okay, well, every single day, day after day, every hour of every day of every week, you are going to identify the right prices in which you would be selling the Kiwi dollar, and then you're going to use technical analysis to confirm the time in which you will sell dollar. So every single day, hour after hour after hour after hour, you're either selling Kiwi dollar or you're not selling Kiwi dollar. But you're going to be consistent. Okay? And you might go 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes without even one trade. Yeah, so what? It's better than losing money. Right? Think of it. How many people come to the webinars because they're making so much money consistently? Very few. So whatever you do, whatever you've been doing up until you've come to these webinars doesn't work. So you need to let go of all those ideas and stop trying this strategy and that strategy and this guy's thing and that guy's thing and this, no, just shut all of that down. I've been doing the same thing for almost 20 years and it works. So this is what you need. Shut everything else off and listen to me. So if I say pick one currency and then pick one bias for the next 12 months, means you should probably do some analysis, right? But even then, even if you just guessed, and I've said this before a million times, if you just flipped a quarter, flipped a coin, and it said, oh, I guess I'm bearish. That is better than you just randomly trading every day. Because you know, even if it's random, and I mean for the rest of the year, not for the rest of the hour. The rest of the year, you're a bear on whatever currency you want to trade every day. You're like, that's it. Well, the thing is, you know very quickly, if not instantly, whether you are in the market conditions that are favorable. So you look at this. Does it look like a good opportunity to sell right now? No. Done. So if you were a bear on this pair, that's it. Is this a good opportunity to sell? No. Cool. What about in 5 minutes? No, probably not. What about in 15 minutes? No, probably not. So now you're sitting around waiting and waiting and waiting. You're not randomly choosing what to do, right? So we know like this is resistance. Oh, okay, that's cool. So what if we got near that and then you saw bearish engulfing candles? Yeah, well then start selling, bro. Wake up. Just hit resistance is dropping. Wake up. Hello, sell it, right? But you sell a market that looks like this, making lower lows and lower highs, not higher highs and higher lows. So you just wait. It's so easier, so much easier than whatever you've been doing. Whatever you've been doing, you know doesn't work, so you have to completely erase it and annihilate it from your brain and your experience, except you tell yourself every day, you ain't going back to what you used to do. Okay? So now it's just like, okay, I'm a bear on a pound CAD. Great. Should you sell now? No. What about now? Should you sell now? No. What about now? Nope. Nope. Okay? You got to get lower than that, and you want to see a pattern like that. But that's random unless there's a midpoint psych level, right? So we got to get closer to 62. In fact, we might have actually tickled it. Okay? There's 62, and then there's this pivot. So maybe that's your plan A and plan B for today. Kick it off the 62, kick it off the CPP. One way or the other, I look at this and is it bearish now? No. Okay. Why? Because this is what bulls buy, guys. Bulls buy dips. Right? If you don't know this, you need to know price action. Right? Up, 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 higher, high, drag this across, that's a buy zone. Right? Up, 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 drag this across, that's a buy zone. Up, 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 drag this across, that's a buy zone. Up, 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 drag this across, that's a buy zone. Up, 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 drag this across, it's a buy zone. Up, 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 drag this across, it's a buy zone. Up, 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 drag this across, it's a buy zone. Up, 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 look for reversals. The nice thing is price action is a leading indicator. And this pivot point, we know it's there. It's the future. It's also a leading indicator. We know that's a target. We know it's resistance. So if price got near that and then gave you a reversal pattern, hey, yo, it might be reversing. Okay, you understand? That's right, Prince Philip, a mantra. It's actually part of anchoring. So I'm using neuro-linguistic programming. So let me ask you something. This goes to everybody. How many people hear my voice something like, right, up, 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 down, down, buy. 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 How many people hear my voice saying that when you're not in the webinar? Not just think it, can hear my voice. And I do that for a very purposeful reason. I do it on purpose. Okay? I do it on purpose. Neuro-linguistic programming. I actually program your brain. Now, there's a difference between hardware and software. So I can impact your software. I can leave my voice inside your head, which is really cool though, right? However, you need to change. You need to change the way you think. You need to change the way you act. And if you do the work, and I mean the serious work, not playing Forex and playing like you're getting better, but like, for example, if you read my book, and I don't know, 25,000 people have, I would say nobody's followed the advice out of 25,000. None. But of course, if you actually followed what I tell you to do, it would change. It would actually physically change you. Your brain has the ability to rewire itself, physically change its shape. I am not joking. It's not just a positive mental attitude, right? No, you can actually change the shape of your brain. You can't do that with your hands or your feet. You can't think your boobs bigger, right? But you can change the shape of your brain, okay? And that takes a physical manifestation as well as a mental focus, okay? But where I tell you how to get 3 years of trading experience per year, like if you did all that, you did all the homework that I put in there. So if, for example, if you went through the effort of printing out every single trade that you ever make, documenting why you did it, and then analyzing it for your strengths and weaknesses, and then going through candle by candle, how you handled it and where you bought, and then what happened after. Was that the right price? Was that not right price? What should you have done differently? Like, all this takes time. Like, if you don't spend 6 hours on a weekend simply reviewing the trades you made in the past week, you are not putting in the effort. If I can spend more than 6 hours on a weekend doing my Harvard homework, but you can't spend 6 hours doing your Forex homework, I win, you lose. I get the Harvard degree, you don't. You don't get the Forex degree. You see what I mean? Like, but if you actually went through that, so much changes. You get mentally strong. You're creating discipline. Right? You have a proven work ethic, but I'll tell you what, here's the thing. Here's the real big thing besides the discipline and the work ethic and the confidence. You'll get to a point where it's so much work to do this on the weekends because you make so many mediocre trades that they don't suck, but they're a complete waste of time, but they're also risk. And what happens is after you do this for 5, 6, 7, 8 months in a row, so like 24, 26, 28, 32 weeks in a row, what happens is when you trade, you stop taking mediocre trades because it's too much work. So you whittle down your mediocrity and all you do is solid trade plans because you've developed patience and discipline and true trade planning skills. And you go from mediocrity to excellence. Yet nobody does it because it's too difficult. And that's the problem. That's the problem. People don't put in the effort. People don't put in like, you don't have to have a PhD brain. You have to have the discipline of a farmer. Okay? Farmers wake up early. They're out there after. I've actually been on a wheat farm during harvest. They're driving the combines by light. And by the way, in the summer, it's bright outside in Canada till like 10 o'clock at night. So it's midnight. They're still out there driving the combines. Their kids, I'm telling you, 12-year-old kids are driving 10-ton dump trucks next to the combine and it's being filled. And the women are coming out with trucks full of food and coffee. And like, it's the whole family. It's neighbors coming in. It's cousins. Everyone is involved. Grandma's in the kitchen. And like, it's a community and a work ethic. And that's what we have here with us in this webinar that we do every day. We have the community, we have the support, we have the camaraderie, but you have to have the discipline. You have to do the hard work. You have to be better than 95%. So imagine you go to university and you either get an A or you fail. I got an 89%. Good. You're out. You failed. You're out. It's an 89%. You're out. That's not good enough. Okay? You got to be stronger. You have to be harder. Okay? Right? And it's weird. I've documented, I swear to you, that will change your life. Not just your trading career. It'll change your life. Lots of people have read it and they're like, yeah, this is really good advice. Totally makes sense. Not going to do it. Because you're not willing to give up 6 hours or 5 hours or 4 hours on a weekend. But you got time to watch golf for 4 hours or barbecue at your buddy's house for 4 hours or mow your lawn for 4 hours or whatever you do that's more important than changing everything in your life for you and all your loved ones. There's something more important. I don't know what it is, but apparently there is. Forex is the hobby. Yeah, it's fun. Right? Amazing, right? So I now have a new sitting on the wall, macroeconomics degree with honors. I'm an A student. How do I get that? Because I'm smart? No, because I'm a hard worker. That's it. Forex is tough. That's right. Right, pure mathematics? It's tough. So you can do it, right? That's all I'm saying. Step up. What's your bias? I don't know. Well, get a bias. How do I get a bias? Do the fundamentals. I don't know anything about fundamentals. Learn fundamentals. Right? What's holding you back, right? Let's go. The world is waiting. Let's go. Fulfill your destiny. I think that'd be like the worst thing ever, right? Isn't that like a real legitimate fear? What if you have it in you and you don't do it? I remember, so my son is really good at math and engineering. He's in both my kids are in the gifted program, so they're in all different classes than anyone, it's all special classes, every single class. But then he's in sort of like the super gifted math program, and he's got an engineering mind and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, he was at space camp, like real rocket school. It was really neat. It was like 2 or 3 days, and they got to see a real space shuttle, and they got to do all kind, that thing, the vomit comet thing, the gyroscope thing, and, lots of interesting things. But anyways, we're looking at these rockets that they used on the Apollo flights, the Saturn V's, I think they were. And even though we were like 4 hours or 3 hours from Atlanta, they said when they did the test firing of these rockets, where they bolted them down and fired up the rocket engines in the 1960s, that they blew out some windows in downtown Atlanta. That's how big these things are, right? And that these giant rockets were needed to get a little tiny capsule with 3 men to the moon. It's really ridiculous how powerful these rockets were. I'm looking at that with my son, and I said, it's just math, right? Right? It's just math. I said, but what if the people that were designing these, the engineers, they could do the math. They had it in them somewhere in their brain. Yes, they would have to try, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, plan F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, 1A, 1A, 2B, 2, right? Like all the way through, like they might have to try and try and try and try and try and try. But I said the engineers at NASA were the type of people that under no circumstances would give up. And I said, that's how they got to the moon. Imagine, though, we had people that had engineering minds and mathematic minds, but they didn't have the work ethic. And the president of the United States says, hey, man, we got to get someone to the moon by the end of the decade. And we're like, you know what? That's really difficult. I don't know, man. That's going to be really hard. I mean, do you understand how hard that's going to be? And let's say they didn't do the work. Just amazing, right? Just amazing. So I said, make sure you have the work ethic. I said, society, son, is counting on you. You're gifted. You're brilliant. And society is counting on you to do something brilliant. They need you to do something brilliant because they're not capable of doing it themselves. But we're not talking about doing, using Euler's theorem to find out how to re-enter the orbit and be able to plan on where the thing's going to land. And you don't need all of that. We're talking about buying low and selling high. The stuff that holds people back is they don't have the work ethic, which means they probably can't run a restaurant. They can't be a farmer. Who tells a farmer to get up at 4:30 in the morning? The farmer's boss? Who tells the small entrepreneur that owns a tiny little restaurant in a grubby part of town to get up at 4:30 in the morning to make sure the baby bok choy deliveries show up, right? Like, you get it done. And those are the people that succeed. They get it done. Nothing will stop you. Nothing. Right? 4 hours on a weekend, you could do it before your family even wakes up. Hey, I don't know. Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, do all your charts, and by 9 o'clock, have breakfast with your family and feel like you're an ass kicker. And you keep that up for weeks and months and years, you're an ass-kicking millionaire Forex trader that deserves every penny. Most people, have you ever heard of someone that started making a lot of money trading and then they lost it all? It's because they gambled their way into the money, and they know when they're sleeping at night, they know they're going to lose it all. It's complete self-sabotage. You need to be in a situation that when you make $1 million trading Forex, you deserve every penny of it. Because you're a hardcore, disciplined, focused trader that has made so many sacrifices that they're countless. And you deserve every penny. And because you have a plan and you have like 3-year pro forma cash flow statements, the million's going to grow in a lot more. It's just a matter of time because you're a patient, disciplined, hardcore son of a gun. And then there's the dreamers. Hey, the dreamers are good too because you know what? Somebody buys at resistance. Somebody buys at support every time. Good. They're going to put your kids through college. If you want a yellow Lamborghini, they're going to buy it for you. Yeah, Prince, you don't have to be a math person. Now, the funny thing is, though, think of all the billionaire hedge fund managers. Now, I know Wall Street, or I should say Hollywood, likes to make out that Wall Street people are like jocks, right? Partying jocks and stuff. And it's somewhat true. Except those are the guys that usually are degenerate gamblers that make a bunch of money and then lose a bunch of money. And that's the stuff that gets put in the newspapers and on TV and making movies, right? The boring nerds that just make money year after year after year, there's no movies about them. They don't like being in the newspaper, and they're nerdy. They're like, I don't want to be interviewed by CNBC. They're like, I don't need it either because I already have clients. I trade consistently. I'm making money is like, I don't know, weaving or knitting socks. You do it, and after 6 hours, you got socks. And then the next day, you start knitting again. Look, another pair of socks. Like you sit down, you trade, you analyze the markets, and you compare it to your bias. And when market conditions are right, you take risks and you make money. Usually, not all the time, but you make a lot more than you lose. And it's like, yeah, it's like punching in a clock and going to the factory, putting cans on labels of peaches for 6 hours, and then punching out. Like, that's all it should be, right? The ones that make lots of money are nerds that do understand the math, that can calculate the risks, right? Same thing in poker. If you can calculate the odds in your brain quickly, you're probably going to beat someone that's just, a high-flying cowboy. But do you have to be like a math genius? No. You need work ethic. I'm telling you, the people that go through live boot camp, right? live.fxbootcamp.com. They go through and they very quickly understand that it's not technical or fundamental analysis holding them back from their success. It's them. It's themselves. Not a lack of understanding of technical analysis. Now, there's always an opportunity to polish and shine and improve, but it's almost always the work ethic. Right? Yeah, Carlos is good trading is boring. That's what I said. I've said that for years, Carlos. If trading isn't boring, you're not doing it correctly. Okay? But I know the people that have gone through the live coaching at FX Bootcamp. I know for sure it's a wake-up call. And the second thing is they're glad they took it. It's truly a boot camp. You struggle through it. But when you come out, you're like, I'm a tough son of a bitch and I can do this now. And that's important to have that confidence. To say, it's me versus the 95% and I'm going to win. Oh, man. I got to go, guys. I don't angle trend lines? I do, actually. I'm not measuring a trend here. Yeah, sure. I do it that way. It's mostly there to measure sort of the magnitude and the direction, but the rest I got. It's easy. Okay. I have to go, guys. I apologize. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Sorry I got onto a tangent, but maybe it's a Friday afternoon thing. Maybe it's because I actually got some sleep yesterday. I don't know, but I got to go. But I love you in my life, and I appreciate you in my webinars every day. And I know this is good. Like, I'm not slapping you, I'm hugging you, and I hope you appreciate that, because I'm a strange dude. I understand that, and sometimes I'm ridiculous, but I think you need a ridiculous, sickening work ethic. I'm not dumb. So if you're dumb, I think you're going to have trouble trading Forex. But I think you need to be streetwise even more than you need to be bookwise. So if you have like a street degree, like you can see reality, you have common sense, and then on top of that you put in hard work, you'll probably do even better than the book smart stuff. I have the degrees. I've taken the classes. I've learned from Fed officials on how to do macroeconomics multiple times, multiple Fed people, right? Like, I don't think you can get a better degree. And yet, I don't think you need that to succeed. But it shows you that I am ridiculous. I do have a work ethic, right? And that not only do I get through all of that, like there's another, like somehow I got into the program, and somehow I got into an elite program, and somehow, even though it's got only 1% got accepted, 50% can't even get through the program, and somehow I'm still an A student. Like that, all of that is work ethic. So you don't need the Harvard degree. I did it to be an inspiration to my children. But what you do need is the work ethic and the drive and the tenacity and the ridiculousness. So that when your friends laugh at you and your spouse doesn't understand you and your mother thinks you're a degenerate gambler, you carry on and you push forward and you double down and you double down and you double down, because it's the most powerful, greatest thing in your life outside of your children and your religion, let's say. Like this can change your life and the life of everyone else around you. Now, remember, before I was a Forex trader, I was a venture capitalist, and I have reviewed thousands of business plans. I've raised millions of dollars for other people. For other people. There's no better business. There's no better business than what we do together every day. Don't let it slip through your hands because you treat it like a video game. Or you're thinking small, like, I want to make a yellow Lamborghini. That's what I want to buy. Like, no, you want to change the world. And the way you change the world is you start by changing yours, and then you start by changing the world of the people around you. Changing the lives, making them better for the people around you, and then you keep expanding. You keep expanding. And that's how you change the world. Starting with you, and all you need to do is what I tell you. I wrote it down in a book, so it's there forever. It's in the Library of Congress. So now all you have to do is manifest what's in the book. That's the first step. Well, that takes patience, that takes discipline, that takes sacrifice, and all of that means energy. E equals MC squared. The thought that I wrote down, now, first of all, writing it down gave me carpal tunnel syndrome. You're welcome. So the rest now for you, you read it, it's just an idea, it's just a concept. And you're like, okay, right? So it's just this, it's nothing. It's something, but not much. It's the weight, the mass of an idea is very small. MC squared is the speed of light times the speed of light. That's a very big number. Okay, so anyways, you take all of that, the speed of light times the speed of light times the mass of a thought, you're going to need the E. The E is energy, and it's big. You need a lot of energy to carry out just a small idea, to make it a reality, to bring it into the universe. To make the equation work, you need a lot of energy. And that's what you need to do. I know you can figure out technical analysis. It's not that complicated. You don't need a PhD in economics, right? You do not need a PhD to understand fundamentals. Come on, seriously, right? What do you need? A year of hard work? Then what? So what's the other stuff? The energy. The energy is all you need to make it work. To change your universe, to change the universe of all the people around you, and then change the universe around all the people around them. All it takes is energy. That's it. That's all it takes is energy. But do you have it? Are you willing to put it in? I don't know. I'll tell you what, minimum 95% just can't do it, won't do it. They're not capable or they're not willing. So it comes down to you. Are you capable and are you willing? Will you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do your Forex homework on a Saturday so that it's done by the time your kids wake up? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. Or wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do it before you go to church. Great. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. But people don't do it. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. So it comes down to you. Will you do it? I honestly hope so. Forex is just unpredictable? No, I disagree with that, pure mathematics. In fact, pure mathematics, I believe it's mostly mathematics. I believe in the Newtonian theory of how everything works together, how the macroeconomics impacts trade, and trade impacts money flow, and money flow impacts inflation and growth and productivity, which then drives demand for things like commodities, which then further impacts trade, which then further impacts, they all work together this way, right? Or they all work together this way. Like these are cogs and spokes, right? Newtonian physics. It's a giant mechanical machine. If you believe it's unpredictable, there's two things. You don't understand, which is easily fixable, and you're not doing the work, which is not easily fixable. But it is, I totally, absolutely, totally disagree that Forex is unpredictable. I totally, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times would counter-argue that. There's not a bone in my body that believes this is unpredictable. If it's unpredictable, you don't have a trade plan. That's why it seems unpredictable. It's very predictable. It's ridiculously predictable. We predict it all day, every day. I predict tomorrow, and I predict next week and next month. I know what I'm doing in December. I know what I'm doing in January. It's extremely predictable if you know. But if you don't know, it seems like a random walk through Wall Street. Let me tell you about heartache and the loss of God, wandering in hopeless night. Wrong. If that's what it's like, you're doing it wrong. So give me a chance to work with you. I hope you don't heckle me. I hope you give me a chance to work with you, and I will prove my point. And I'm very persuasive. So peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being a client of Trader's Way. Thank you for being a subscriber of Forex.Today, and I will see you on Monday. Do your homework over the weekend. Cheers.